Okay, good morning again. We proceed to the tips no, for mental health during COVID-19 pandemic. Now, as promised, I will share with you the tips no, on mental health, and I'd like to mention that I have taken this from the Philippine Guidance Counseling Association, where Mamjo and I are both members, and from Western Visayas Psychosocial Support. So, I mentioned kanina na one of the reason why we have this intense emotion is because our brain no reacts to the pandemic and it tries to protect itself by manifesting reactions no, and telling our body to react. So we feel worried, we feel anxious, all those negative emotions. No. However, there's also another explanation why we are having this intense emotion. According to the American psychologist Abraham Maslow, in his famous hierarchy of needs, human needs security and wants to have a sense of control in his or her life. No, now this is manifested as we put our life in order by organizing our schedule, developing routines, planning ahead of time to make sure na walang mga conflicts, and deciding soundly. No, we weigh the pros and cons of our decisions. However, we are in control of our lives. No, we feel so secure. In fact, naka-fence pa ang ating bahay just to give that kind of security no, to our family and to ourselves. However, this pandemic threatens our security, our safety, and our sense of control no, over a lot of things. Schooling, finances, work, and relationship. No? Marami yung iba, they are not being paid at the moment. Yung iba, walang trabaho, so no work, no pay. In school naman, others are so excited because they want to become honest students, pero right now they're not sure, no? Kasi wala pa, hindi pa nakapost kung ano yung result. So, ang daming feeling of insecurity, no, and uncertainty. Now, as a result, because we don't feel secure and because we cannot control, no, we cannot do things that we want, we have the feeling of uncertainty. Yun bang the fear of the unknown? Kasi we always wanted to know the outcome, no? Pero right now, we don't know kailan matatapos ito. We don't know kailan tayo babalik, no, sa face-to-face na interaction. We really don't know what will happen. And not knowing the future and not knowing what will happen creates a lot of uncertainty. That's why there's fear and there's worry. No? Ganyan ka-intense ang feeling natin. And so, here's the tip. So if that's the feeling, what can we do? Although very comprehensive na yung na-mention ni Ma'am Jo, no? It was a very comprehensive presentation. And I'd like to highlight the mental health continuum. Kasi doon makikita mo na yung signs and symptoms. At the same time, you will also being given suggestion as what to do. So that was a very beautiful no, presentation. Now, here are additional tips. No, what can you do? So, una, allow yourself to experience the feeling. If you are uncertain, if you are afraid, if you are worried, just experience that. Huwag mong i-hide, huwag mong itago. Just allow the experience, the feeling to happen, no? Because it's not bad. It's all right to feel that way, given the situation. Ika nga sa mental health, it's okay not to be okay. Recognize the fact that it's a normal feeling as of the moment. No? Pangalawa, having experienced that, I'd like you to identify the triggers. Kasi we don't want to keep on being worried, we don't want to keep on being anxious, no? So identify the triggers. Saan ba nanggagaling itong fear mo? Mostly ating fear nanggagaling because we are not that informed, no? Kuminsan naman, we are over-informed sa media. May mga fake news, no? So if, for example, that information, that news triggers your fear, then it's important to take action, no, either by avoiding mga news na yan or reducing exposure to those fake news, no? To find out the trigger, if you are also anxious for your kids, you're afraid of catching the disease, then take action. Protect yourself. Na-mention na kanina ni Ma'am Jo, no? Constantly wash your hands, wear mask when you go out, etc. etc. No? So, find out ano ang triggers, then take action. Pangatlo, tolerate the uncertainty. Minsan kasi we cannot tolerate uncertainty. Gusto natin, alam na natin yung sagot. At this moment, even the doctors does not have cure yet, so it's really uncertain, and we tolerate that. However, while tolerating the uncertainty, focus on other things. If you notice, ang dami ngayon nagkakaroon ng bagong hobby, no? They start to cook, find new recipes, ang daming natutong ding magtanim, no? They plant mga veggies in their own backyard. Others are into sewing. Okay? So, ang daming magandang nangyari din na positive. At ang daming rin pwede gawin sa bahay. No? Kasi we really don't know when this will end. So, there's nothing you can do about it. No? If you keep on fasting, if you keep on complaining, it's a waste of emotion. What you can do is focus on the things you can do at home to be able to tolerate that uncertainty. Okay? Number 4, be informed. Most of our fears come from lack of information. And the good thing is, ang daming information, no, mga healthy tips ang binibigay ang system natin, ang ating media. However, the key is choosing the yung mga reliable, no, and mga factual na information. Okay? Of course, na-mention ko na kanina, merong website ang Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association. Marami silang mga health tips na binibigay. You can browse on that, can read it, and then make use of the information that you will be able to get. Now, if you have heard, because there are patients running away from the hospital because of fear, because they don't know what will happen to them. They are not informed of what to do, or if they are informed, they refuse to accept it. And because of that, they have a lot of fears, they are so anxious, they run away. So instead matulungan sila, they are now on their own and being engrossed with all that, that worries and that anxiety. So being informed is very, very important. You can only take actions when you have the right information. Number 6, number 5, take actions on things you can control. Ang daming sinare kanina ni Ma'am Jo, being with family, having fun with your kids, teaching your kids, ang dami mong pwede magawa. So rather than focus on the uncertainties and what you cannot control, why not focus on the things you can control? You can take, and then you also have to take care of yourself. Later we will elaborate on this sa iba pang mga tips natin. Number 6, find ways to communicate. Kanina sa mental health continuum, nandun na yung reacting part ng mental health, and the injured and the ill, Before pa umabot tayo doon sa nasa reacting ka pa lang, before ka umabot sa injured and illness na eventually, it's important to talk to someone. Ang daming available na online counseling. In fact, naka-Agapay has mentioned na meron din silang online counseling. So there's so much you can do. And do not be afraid to reach out and ask for help, because sharing your problems, kasi minsan sa ibang tao, it's a sign of weakness when you share your problems. Well, it's not a sign of weakness. It's not true. It is the most logical, the most reasonable thing to do. We need to help ourselves. And besides, hindi lang tayo ang nakakaranas ng ganitong intense emotion, Maraming nakakaranas ng ganito. And so, try to reach out if your children have guidance counselors in their school. At the moment, the schools also are having online counseling. So if you see symptoms in your child, showing anxiety, you can also contact the guidance counselor of the school. We move on to the next slide. Yes, Ma'am Goldie, we move to the next slide. Another tip is you have to value ourselves. Remember, you cannot help if you you yourself is not mentally healthy. Okay, so you start with yourself before you can help your loved ones. Practice self-care, of course, eat the right food, exercise, wash your hands frequently, engage your children or your grandchildren to do the same, no? You can even sing a song while washing hands para it can be fun, no? And then, of course, maintain proper daily hygiene. Kasi minsan pag nasa bahay na tayo, hindi na tayo naliligo. May mga tao na mamaya na lang, total, dito naman ako sa bahay, wala namang uh, makakaano sa akin, makakakita, no? So we don't wash very early, no? So it's important to still maintain that routine kahit nasa bahay tayo, no? Maintain proper daily hygiene. We move to the next slide. Number 2 is keep a regular routine. Ito yung unang nawala sa atin, no? During quarantine, nawala yung routine natin, no? Life as we know, it has changed. It is important. Now, it is important to stay focused on the routine of everyday tasks. Kung ano yung usual na ginagawa mo before, waking up early, preparing food, going to work, ganun pa rin ang gawin ngayon. Kaya nga lang, ang work ngayon, nasa bahay na, which is better, no? Kasi, namomonitor mo na yung mga anak mo, no? And then, eat well so that you can function well, eat at regular times, maintain proper sleep patterns. Kasi mga bata ngayon, baka ano na, they are always playing with their gadgets, no? And they are having their own rooms. Baka hindi natin alam, they're not sleeping anymore. Or they're sleeping so late. Importante din ma-monitor natin yan, no? Manage your daily schedule so that you are not overloaded with tasks. Okay? Now, you have to bring back that control again within yourself and in the family by reestablishing your routines at home. Okay? Next slide. Of course, ito yung importante ito. Hindi pwede na nakahiga lang tayo whole day at nakahiga lang ang mga bata, ha? We need to keep active. Exercise reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. Make time for exercise. Go for a
Hello, ma'am.
mga test na that we can make. Okay? Pwede tayo mag-yoga, may mga zumba, at ibang pang dance and exercises. Okay, and then make time to have fun. Have indoor games, no? And then you can play outdoors kung may lawn kayo, etc., etc. And then we move on to number 5. Get back to basic, no? Spend time with your family and engage in conversation. Naalala nyo ba noon, wala tayong gadget, we just enjoy talking, no? And then having fun sharing our experiences. So that would be very good to go back to that, no? Playing board games, watching movies, reading books, and just appreciate simple things. Next slide. Stay connected. Okay? Via video call, and then like last time nung Mother's Day, no, we had fun greeting our mother through video call, no, and then we reminisce our childhood. We had shared what we have been doing, so it's good to stay connected with our loved ones and our friends. Next, ito very important itong number 7, no? Breathing exercise is really helpful, lalo na if you're experiencing intense emotion of fear and anxiety. Take a break, take a 5-minute pause, slow down to focus on the present, and give thanks to this moment, no, of peace and solitude because you deserve it. Later, we'll be sharing a link on a sample, breathing exercise which you can follow at home. And number 8, care for others, no? Yun, when you reach out, when you stay connected, you will be able to express your care, no, to your loved ones. I remember nung Mother's Day, nagpapadeliver tayo ng cake, no, sa ating mother, and nagpa-deliver tayo ng flowers. we can still take care of our loved ones and share our love through a lot of alternatives, no? Okay? And of course, number 9, next slide, manage stress, no? Limit your exposure to media. Stay updated in the current state of events, but limit your exposure to avoid creating anxiety, lalo na yung mga, if it brings you stress, it triggers you, your negative feeling kung if you watch the data about death of inflicted by COVID-19, then you try to reduce exposure to media. And instead, focus on exercises, no? Kasi ang dami ngayong fake news, no? So, minsan it cause a lot of worry and unnecessary stress. We move on to number 10. This is very important. Get your sleep. According to studies, no, sleep is very essential. It's as important as eating, drinking, and breathing, no? So we have to make sure that we sleep on time. During sleep, we recover our mental as well as physical exertion. So turn off your device. Minsan kasi, kaya tayo hindi nakakatulog kasi we bring with us in our bed itong ating mga cellphones. So paano tayo makakatulog, no? So when you get to sleep, you turn off your devices 1 hour before you turn in your bed and leave your devices, no, out of the bedroom to allow complete relaxation. Okay? And number 11, ito, if we have kids at home, if we are parents, if we are guardians, these are important tips, no? Kung paano natin matutulungan yung ating mga bata in coping with the stress brought about by the pandemic. Una, help children find positive ways to express their feelings such as fear and sadness. So, it can only happen if you talk to them, no? Help children find positive ways to express feelings such as fear and sadness. You can make use of drawings, journals, no, as a way of letting them vent out their feelings. And of course, you listen to them attentively and assure them that it's all right not to be okay, no? It's a normal feeling, and teach them to focus on other things like playing, reading, and, you know, making a journal. Second, okay, you let them talk about their feelings, no? Allow them to vent out and provide them assurance. Next is keep children close to their parents and family. But if you are an OFW and you're away from your children, it's important to have regular contact with parents. You know, it should be maintained, your contact with your children. And then provide them information, provide them assurance, and listen to them via, you know, video calls, no? Okay. And then, of course, kanina yung na-mention natin, create structure and routines. Don't allow them to sleep so late, to wake up so late, no? Still have a routine sa pagising, sa pagluto, and of course, provide them household chores that they can do, no? Para naman makapag-exercise sila. Okay? And then, of course, encourage your child to socialize with others through calls. Pwede nila tawagan yung mga kaibigan nila, mga cousins nila, no? Just to have an update para ma-maintain pa rin nila yung kanilang connection, no? They have to stay connected. Okay? And lastly, the last slide. Of course, be grateful. This is very important during this time of pandemic. Focus on the things you did today that brought you joy, made you proud, provide you with a sense of accomplishment, made you smile or laugh, however small, no? It is a gift. Ask your family to share what they did to make them feel that way too, no? It's very important for both children and adults to share positive experiences, no? To talk about what they are grateful of in this time of pandemic. You see, gratitude keeps us positive. It makes us see the good rather than the bad, and it brings hope. No? Expressing appreciation. Importante ito, no? We express appreciation to our loved ones, being thankful to to our children, our spouse. This can reduce depression, lower blood pressure, increase energy and happiness, and it even prolongs life. That's how important gratitude is, no? Kasi daw when you are gratitude, when you are thankful, when you have a sense of gratitude, something happens in your brain, no? It increases the feel-good neurotransmitter, dopamine, and the serotonin that helps you deflect those negative thoughts. Okay, so you can keep a journal about the positive things that have happened during your quarantine. Of course, you can say a prayer and thank God for the life, no, and for the health. So whatever ways you can do to share your gratefulness, no, to God and to your family. And lastly, I'd like to end our presentation with this slide. So many reasons to be grateful. Una, your family. This is the dream of every orphan. So it's something that you have to be grateful of, having a family. Second, your house. It is the dream of every homeless people. So let's be grateful that we have a roof, no? We have a house that we feel secure. Pangatlo, your good health. We are not sick at the moment. If we have been sick, we have recovered. Okay? And we are still recovering for some. Your good health is the dream of all who are sick. So be grateful with that. And your job, it is the dream of every unemployed. So be grateful. There are so many reasons to be grateful for, no? Iilan lang po yun. So you can take a moment and think of what are the things you are grateful of today and the rest, the days to come. Okay? When you wake up each day, thank God for for that you are alive. Thank God for your loved ones that are around. The key to happiness is really a grateful heart. So you want to be happy during pandemic, practice gratitude. Okay? And again, during this pandemic, I'd like you to remember in our last slide, it's okay not to be okay. Just don't give up and follow the tips that we have shared with you. So that ends my presentation. Thank you and God bless.